This is Revelations 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. A sincere shalom, labakarium, shal yasha'Allah. That's peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Now, I brought this out at camp the other day, but I just want to read a little more of this. This came out on March 31st. This is actually good. These are the signs of the time. These are the tokens. They want to shut this word down, which means Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is about to create something called the famine of the word, because the persecution is about to hit, Akim. It's about to hit, and they won't get us all, but they will manage to remove the word. Well, actually, it's Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is managed to move the men off the streets and off the YouTube. See, there comes a time when Noah had to walk into that ark he built. And we out here building our works. Our works, remember, we're master builders. And it's going to come a time when we're going to walk into our work, what we've done. And then these people, they on their own. These individuals, you're on your own. When the Lord stops the word from flowing so easily like it is now, then comes the words that the men have been speaking. Then comes the trouble. Because when Noah entered that ark, it say that the Lord sealed it. Then came the flood waters. This is Amos 8, verse 11. I'm going to read it in the NLT. The time is surely coming, says the sovereign Lord, whose name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shah, when I will send a famine on the land, not a famine of bread or water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Now, how the Lord is going to do it? Will he use persecution to chase us off? Well, we don't know. Will it just be too dangerous? We don't know. But we know that the Lord will cease and cause the tongue, like he told Ezekiel here. He calls the tongue. We're going to get right into this article, to stick to the top of its palate, which is its mouth. Let me see if I can pull that real quick. This is I think it's Ezekiel 2. Actually, words with here, rebellious people. I think it's 3. This is Ezekiel 3. So bear with me 1 second. Ezekiel 3, verse 27. It says, "But when I spake with thee, I will open thy mouth." So he opened Ezekiel's mouth with these words. "And thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh, he that heareth, let him hear. He that let him forbid, for this is a rebellious house." Hold on. "Into among spake." Oh, I'm sorry. It's a verse up. This is Ezekiel 3 and 26. "And I will make thy tongue to cleave to the roof of thy mouth." So there comes a time when the Lord will stop the speaking, stop the warnings from going out, because the sirens are here's the indication that something is wrong, that there's trouble. Then it's time when you turn the sirens off. So these warnings are about to be turned off, and the trouble's about to start. "And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house." So it comes a time when the Lord is going to start this famine of the word. He's going to stop them in mouth. Back in Amos 8, verse 12. "People will stagger from sea to sea and wander from border to border, searching for the word of Yahweh, but they will not find it." So this is a beautiful article here. This is Labor Council seeks to imprison street preachers up to 2 years for causing offense and distress. Now, who's doing that but the men of the Lord? See, this thing called secular Christianity, right? They got this love or prosperity doctrine. So they're not causing strife and grief. No. You know who they talking about. They talking about the men of the Lord. Let me get this real quick. This is Jeremiah 28:8. That's why you're supposed to be out here prophesying, man. This is Isaiah 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me. So this is for the prophets. It's going to be a quick sweep to get the men of the Lord off the street and off the YouTube channel. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries. So you're supposed to be prophesying against Great Babylon, which is America today. You're supposed to be prophesying against Russia, against the small hats. We're prophesying against, because this word is to build up our kingdom, not today's world. We're not living for today. We're living for the kingdom of heaven. So our words is against the current kingdoms. That's what the book is about. It's against Babylon. It's against the whore. It's against the 7 heads and 10 horns, which is EU and NATO. It's against the waters, which is the Gentiles ruling. This Bible is totally contrary to today's society. So when you read these words, you become an enemy. So the prophets were an enemy. And we're going to go into a great example of what happened to the disciples. They were cast into prison. And this will happen to some of us. So it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Let me check out another version on that. Let me read the AMP. The prophets who were before me and before you of old prophesied against countries, against kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. Let me see, GNT. The prophets who spake long ago, before my time and years, predicted that war, and that's what we predicted, that the Third World War is coming, because it's in the book. We predicting the famine that's coming is in the book. We predicting the UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord, because it's in the book. We predicting the kingdom of heaven is being built, the third temple in front of your face, because it's in the book. So this is what you're supposed to be doing.